Welcome back to Reddit from Reddit. In today's AskReddit, we're taking a look at, have you ever woke up in the middle of a dream and the dream was so interesting that you wanted to go back to sleep to see the end of it? If so, what was the dream? I only ever realized that I was dreaming once. I had one of those moments where I stopped and realized that it was all a dream. I got so excited to try and control my dream that I instantly woke up. Lucid dreaming. Yeah, it's happened to me. One time, the more I'd try to control, the more I'd wake up. So I basically had to just let the dream play out, but I was too damn bored, so I just woke up. Edit, some of my more notable lucid dreams include making a dog do tricks telepathically, making a tornado to verify I was actually dreaming, followed by trying to fly away. Making the dog do what I wanted and making the tornado were fine, but the instant I tried to fly, I woke up. Another time I dreamt meeting up with my crush from high school, who I hadn't seen in a year and a half. We were driving around, and the instant she admitted to liking me, I woke up. So I could stay asleep while telepathically talking to a dog and making an F3 tornado, but the instant I dreamed the girl I had a crush on reciprocated, it was like, whoa there, that's a bit too far-fetched. Happened another time when I dreamt seeing her, and the instant we hugged, I woke up. I always realize I'm in a dream, but for some reason I forget that means I can do cool stuff and just carry through with the plotline that their dream is set up, lol. I had a dream where my dad died and I watched his body turn into rocks and grass, and I didn't feel sad. I felt happy that he was returning to the earth. It was very peaceful and made me accept death until I woke up to my crappy alarm sound. About a month after my dad died, I had a dream that I had a sun bear in my house. I wasn't all that concerned about it because it was a nice bear, but it didn't belong. My dad called me and asked how my day was, and other assorted dad questions, to which I replied laughing, "Can I give you a call back? I have a bear in my house." He laughed and said he loved me and hung up. It was such a silly dream, but it summed up our relationship perfectly. My dad died slowly and painfully, but this dream gave me so much peace. Your dream sounds like this to me. I regularly have adventure dreams, and I love them. Usually I'm in an immense house with hidden pathways, and I'm usually with people I know. It is always a dream of wonder and excitement. Edit, all are invited to the dream of adventure. Let's have a great night. I get a ton of these. The house's labyrinths are absolutely massive. It's usually dark or after dusk, too. Long, drawn-out hallways, crawl spaces, attics, tunnels, underground complexes, so many doors. Sometimes they are haunted. I used to have that dream, but it was always the same house, and as I grew up, I stopped being able to squeeze through the hidden passages, which were more like child-sized cat tower hidden between the walls. I sometimes have dreams where I think I woke up only to live my life until I wake up again. I have this all the time. The worst is when I dream of going to work for the day, then wake up and have to go to work again. I have these sometimes. The one that sticks out the most was when I was really young. I woke up in my bed, went to the kitchen, and realized it was still a dream when I asked my dad what was for breakfast, and he said chicken noodles. Living the dream, eh? Any dreams with my parents in them? They both passed away before I turned 13. Same here. That happened hundreds of times to me after my mom died. Not when I was 13 or anything, but still too soon. She's in the dream, but I know she's dead. Try to stay here a little longer, maybe hug, and just fades out. Both sad and relieved when it stopped happening almost every night. I like to think dreams with the dead are them paying you a visit, especially after my dog passed and I had a dream that I was playing in the park with him. My friend getting into an argument with a college professor about the subjects of a giant octopus being real or not. Then I was rich in the dream, so I taught him how to drive a submarine in a pool, and then the dream ended with us going into the deep ocean and seeing gigantic tentacles. Then my mom woke me up for school. I was in 5th grade. Solid adventure film, 7 out of 10. Sounds like hentai. I remember I had a sex dream and woke up and I was like, no! Then tried to go back to sleep and capture the reality of it, and nope. Boo. I had a dream where a girl I didn't recognize told me she loved me. I was this close. That hurt. This happened to me 2 nights ago. It's the worst because it's always right when things are really getting good, and you wake up for no gosh dang reason. Near where I live, there's a shopping center, British Mall, and for some reason there are only 5 shops. Game, British GameStop, but it goes on forever. Another Game, then goes on forever, but in white. Holland & Barrett's, but it only sells illegal drugs, but still has the weird smell, and a shop that sells cookies, brownies, and cakes, but also an edible version of everything it sells. And a Greg's. Edit, forgot to clarify, this is a dream place where Holland & Barrett probably doesn't sell illegal drugs. Was single at the time and pretty lonely, so that probably had a lot to do with this one. What I remember about the dream is being in love with such an amazing human. Literally my dream guy. We had such a good connection, and these amazing cute jokes and stuff. Like, He had a second number in my phone he would text from pretending to be my cat, 100% in character, at all times. We knew all of each other's friends and were all part of a big family. I remember being really, really happy and felt safe and loved. The memorable part of the dream was that him and his friend's ongoing project was making a short movie every year, like crazy special effects and claymation and all kinds of creative endeavors. In the dream, I'm watching their latest creation, and it's a shot of two dudes in white furry El Camino. The car crunches itself from nose to end like an accordion, and the dudes magically disappear, and then the car, still crushed, backs itself out of the parking spot and drives away, driverless. I remember thinking, I don't know what I just watched, but that was amazing. And I woke up crying from the fact that in reality, I did not have this amazing, creative, funny, loving boyfriend, and mourned the loss of the dream and this dream relationship. I felt sad that I might never meet someone that I felt good with. Thankfully, I've since found the guy of my dreams. I haven't seen any of his movies yet, but he is just as amazing as my dream. Glad this had a happy ending. I was walking down a hill toward the beach in Greece. The sky was very cloudy, but there was still some moonlight shining through. I was walking with a woman. I couldn't see her, but I knew she was by my side. The moon began to peek out from behind the clouds. It was massive. 15 times its usual size. Maybe it was closer? I don't know. The woman spoke in a lovely voice.
One of these nights, I'm going to steal the moon.
I turned my head to look at her and say something. I don't know what I was going to say, just that I wanted to say it. She began to laugh before I saw her. I woke up, then immediately wrote the majority of a really cool song, but I can't figure out the ending. I feel like the dream ended prematurely because I wasn't supposed to see her, and I would have had the full song if I had just let the dream continue. So are we just going to ignore the fact that she's the female Gru? On at least 2 occasions, I've had very vivid lucid dreams about being in a Battlefield game. Battlefield 4 to be exact. All my clan buddies were there, we worked as a team, it was phenomenal. Every time I have these dreams and wake up, I always try to reignite it when I go back to sleep. I've been coming to grips recently with the fact that I've been emotionally abused by my now ex-fiancé. I've been having some pretty tough dreams and broken sleep lately. I've been waking up with night terrors and panic attacks. But literally today, I took a nap and had this dream. I met a girl at work who understood me perfectly. It was the most lucid, vivid, and positive dream I've had in a long time. She talked to me, listened, and related. I felt safe. I was in the car with her driving somewhere, having a nice conversation, when I was woken up suddenly by a phone call. I wanted to go back so badly, but I will have to be content with that small moment. It was so real and felt so good. That's really beautiful. Just know that you have that moment with someone, or even many people. You're safe now. Dream shaman coming in clutch! So I was having a conversation with my crush in a strange language that does not even exist. I was so into it that when I woke, I was still talking in the language, and when I realized what I was doing, I got weirded out. I wonder if it's the same language that 2 completely unrelated girls start speaking after DMT or something, then one day met up and understood what the other was saying, then they found a couple more people who could do it too. Crazy. Yo, it'd be like that sometimes. Sounds like a romantic comedy, lol. Yes, I fell in love for the first time. In a frickin' dream. Woke up and was super depressed. I've started having dreams like that recently. It's kind of depressing, and I think that's just my brain telling me to get my crap together. The girls I'm speaking to has some absolutely amazing dreams. Apparently in all of her dreams, she has 6 fingers per hand, so she uses this to lucid dream. She told me that she and I were in some sort of gladiatorial arena. I was armed with a claymore. I'm a big Scottish dude who was saving up for one, while she had these Chinese hook swords. She called me at about 8 a.m. this morning to apologize to me because apparently in the end, we had to fight each other, and she killed me. I couldn't help laughing, but she was really endeared. Now that I think about it, a lot of her dreams are based on video games. Her one the night before involved her dying, going to the underworld, and having to escape in a very Tomb Raider-esque manner. She's into you, just in case you weren't sure, my man. Had a dream once where that big boot guy from the SpongeBob movie broke into my house, so I ran at him, poured glue into his eyes, and drop-kicked him. Then woke up like, what is wrong with my brain? Well, back to bed. I was working at a giant store, almost like someone smushed a Costco and Home Depot together, and my coworker and best friend was Samwise Gamgee. So there was random retails going on, but the big plot thread was that Sam had this insanely hot girlfriend. She was super nice and funny, seemed like the perfect girl. But then, the 3 of us are hanging out when I found out that she was actually a synth. Once we found out, she freaked out on us and ended up knocking out Sam before I managed to destroy her. From there, the plot skipped ahead to when Sam finally gets out of the hospital and back to work. I ask him if he's okay, and he says he's fine. He doesn't really remember anything from that day. Before I can tell him anything, he says, "Oh, there you are," and his girlfriend walks up, suddenly undestroyed. Since he has no memory of the day, he has no idea that she was a robot and that she was destroyed. That's when I woke up, with everything seeming very sinister. When I was in the 5th grade, I had a dream where me and everyone else in my class and grade were adults living in medieval fantasy world where we were all at war with each other. The dream felt like it was going on for months. I woke up when my best friend at the time was killed by the person that bullied me. I was so intrigued that I tried to go back to sleep right when I woke up. And the weird thing is, the dream was like a TV show in a sense because every night when I went to bed, I would have a continuation of the previous dream. After the first day, I told my friend group. They told their other friends, people told classmates about my dream, and every day for a full 2 weeks, my school would gather around me at lunchtime waiting to hear the next installment of my dream. And then everybody slow clapped. And that's the end of this Ask Reddit. Have you ever woke up in the middle of a dream and the dream was so interesting that you wanted to go back to sleep to see the end of it? If so, what was the dream? Let us know if you've had any dreams like this down below in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and get subscribed for more Reddit videos. Thanks for watching Reddit from Reddit, and we will see you in the next one.